Customizing gear is always so much fun. Hey guys, Mayflom here, and today what I am going to show you is I have this font. Now I have it printed out. There is a converter tool that you can have for free for your scan and cut on your computer that turns fonts into cut files. However, I was over on the computer and I wanted to show you how to scan something in, just because sometimes maybe the file doesn't convert the way you like it, or maybe you don't want to transfer, or maybe you have something that's not a computer font that you're trying to scan in and make a file. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to put my daughter's name onto iron-on vinyl onto this boot bag, because a basic gear, it's very hard to tell whose is whose, and I want to add iron onto this to make it fun. So we're going to go ahead and do that portion of it right now. First up, we have our scan and cut on and ready. I have my mat placed down here, just gently and firmly placed, and press the load button. Let the machine load it for me. And once that is loaded up, we are ready to get going. Now, it would seem that oh, there's my stylus. I was going to say I misplaced it, but there it is. We're going to scan, we're going to cut data because we're creating a cut file. You would press direct cut if you want to cut the material itself. We don't want to do that. We're trying to create a file. So we're going to go there. It's in grayscale. If you press this, you can pick grayscale or color. You can also pick if you're using a larger mat. We're going basic, grayscale, 12 by 12 mat, and start. Now we're going to tell it how we want. Do we want just the outline, inside and outside, a single line? We want inside and outside. And we want to go ahead and zoom way in here on our actual words. And I'm going to press preview, which will show us a preview of how it's going to look. Now, if there's anything we need to change, or if anything did not turn out right, now is the time when you could edit that. However, this turned out perfectly. I'm going to save it to my machine. I do that when I have a file where I want to use it, and then I'll just delete it when I'm done because I'm not saving it long term. I tend to save my long-term files to a USB. Now that it's saved, we're ready to cut. So we're just going to press home to get back to the home screen. And I'm going to go ahead and get my vinyl material. I have my vinyl on my mat and loaded. Now we're going to go into retrieve data. And by the way, your mat you can do at any point in time. That's just up to you. And we're going to go ahead and pick that and say, okay. Now I'm going to go into edit because this is not the size that I want. And I'm going to select this button right here. What I'm trying to do by doing this and say, okay, this connects all of her last name file. And that's what I want to do, and go into object edit. And this button right here is going to unify it so that it just moves together. And I'm going to move it away from her first name, and I'm going to repeat that step, pushing this button here, pushing this button here, going like so. And if for some reason this stays selected, just click to unselect. Although that unselected everything, don't worry about it, we just repeat. And I show you that because I know that happens, and then people ask, well, what do I do now? That's all you do. Say okay, and again, into object edit, unify that. All right, now that we have that, now we need to know what size we want it. So I need to decide, do I want her name across here? Do I want her name going up? What direction do I want this? I think I want her name going, I was thinking across the bottom actually. So if I measure across the bottom with my trusty ruler here, it's about 13 inches. So I don't want it quite that big. I'm going to go with about 9 inches actually. And I'm going to pull this down a little bit. And this, I will go up a bit more. Now I like to sit here and kind of play with how is it going to look. Do I like that look? Do I want it to look differently? I like this, but there's one more step that we do have to take care of. First of all, with the iron-on, we do not have to place it how we want it. We can cut these apart and place them separately after they're cut. But if you want to play with it and place it the way you would like to see it, and so you can iron it all at the same time, you certainly can. There's one more thing though, with iron-on, and I'll remove my mat to show you. The underside, the shiny side, that's the carrier sheet. That's the side when you see through, you're going to see it. This front side, this is the iron-on material itself. And what that means to you, I'm going to reinsert my mat, it means that you're cutting everything backwards. You're cutting the back side. The front side is not up. And what that means is you need to push this button right here and reverse your words. Otherwise, when this comes out, what's going to happen, and I'm debating if I want to kind of put it like so. I kind of like that, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, and let's see, and that should cut just fine. And we're going to cut it out. Now remember, if I don't like how that looks when it does cut, I can just cut those apart and iron them on separately, but I think I'm going to like that. So we're going to press cut, and then you see here half cut on. You push this little button here, half cut, on or off. On means it's going to cut the vinyl, not the backing. And that's really important for our iron-on. So we're going to go ahead and let that do its work. All you have to do now is weed, which means remove all of the excess vinyl. Now you'll notice I cut, so this was my original piece, and I just cut off around for two reasons. First of all, it saves waste. I really don't like to waste vinyl. It's expensive, so it saves me from wasting vinyl by saving that. I can cut on that. And number two, it makes it easier to weed around when there's less material to work with. So you just take everything off that you don't want. And if it gets tight or you need a little help, bring in your little pick tool and just kind of help it along there, moving gently and slowly so you don't accidentally tear anything. And like, for example, this is what I was looking for here. If there's a little piece that gets stuck, pull it out and carry on. Once it is all weeded out, as you can see here, mine is, you're going to figure out your placement, and I absolutely love this. I think this is so cute, and I think I'm going to put little stars right. I don't know. I might decorate it more. I might add little stars, add little other things. You absolutely can add as much or as little to your customization as you like, and I have some fabric here that I will lay over and then just heat press with my iron. Now, one thing to note, this is kind of a smushy bag. What I am going to do is I'm going to have to find something. I think I'm probably going to get some, actually I might just take some fabric and kind of wad it up down here as I work. And I will keep, it's hard to see, I know, but I will keep my arm in here, and I'm going to lift this up just a little bit more so I can show you. I'm going to put my arm in here with the fabric in my hand, with a second piece of fabric over the top, and press my iron. And there, I'm not videoing this because I need all my hands and my attention on this when I do it. And then move and press my iron, and then move and press my iron. This will keep it because I want this to firmly attach, and this is all wobbly, but the fabric will keep me from burning myself. Obviously, you want to be very careful. If possible, if this zipper went all the way down, what I would actually do is insert this, and I might even try that actually. I might try to see if the best possible scenario is I insert this into my iron so that my iron is what's under here, not my hand. But in any case, always, obviously, safety. Safety with your hot iron, safety with what you're working with, and have fun with it and customize as much or as little as you like. I'll put a picture of this on the end of the video. If you have any questions or requests for future videos, feel free to let me know. I'll see you next time.